At the first light of dawn in the year 1872, a young woman named Eleanor stepped outside her family's wooden cabin in the small town of Haverhill. The sky was still painted with the gray mist of night, the roosters had just begun to crow, and the dirt road leading away from the farm was empty, silent. But Eleanor never returned. By sunrise, her bed was still made, her belongings untouched, her voice absent from the breakfast table. And in a town where every face was known and every action was whispered about, Eleanor's sudden disappearance sent waves of fear, suspicion, and rumor through the community. Some swore they saw her walk into the fields and vanish into the mist. Others claimed a shadowy figure was waiting for her at the edge of the road. And still, a few insisted she never left at all, that something or someone silenced her before she could escape. For more than a century, Eleanor's fate has been shrouded in silence. But her story is not just a tale of a missing daughter. It is a mirror into an era of broken promises, secret loves, betrayal, and the haunting cost of freedom in post-Civil War America. This is the untold journey of the daughter who vanished at dawn. The year 1872. America was only 7 years past the end of the Civil War. The wounds of slavery were still raw. Families were torn between the ruins of the Old South and the uncertain dawn of Reconstruction. For African Americans, freedom was both a blessing and a burden. On paper, the chains had been broken. In reality, the world remained hostile. Freedmen and women lived under constant threats, poverty, violence, and laws designed to keep them trapped in a different kind of bondage. And for women, life was even narrower. Choices were few. Voices were silenced. A daughter's duty was to obey, to marry as instructed, to live quietly in the shadows of fathers and husbands. It was in this world that Eleanor was born. A world where every step outside the line carried a risk. A world where vanishing could mean tragedy or escape. So who is Eleanor? Eleanor Hartfield, the daughter of Samuel and Martha Hartfield, was only 19 years old when she disappeared. Her family was among the struggling freed families who tried to build new lives in the aftermath of the war. Samuel worked as a sharecropper. Martha kept the home. Together, they raised 3 children, with Eleanor as the eldest. But Eleanor was different. Neighbors described her as quiet, but fiercely intelligent. She was known to keep notebooks hidden beneath her mattress, scraps of paper filled with sketches, pressed flowers, and poems she copied from an old, tattered book. She had a look about her, one elderly resident would later recall. Like her body was here, but her mind was always somewhere else. Like she was already walking a road none of us could see. And perhaps that's exactly what she was doing. On the night before Eleanor vanished, nothing seemed out of place, at least on the surface. Her mother remembered that she went to bed early. Her father swore he saw her reading by the candlelight, whispering quietly to herself. Her younger brother, who shared the small loft room with her, said he woke in the middle of the night and noticed Eleanor was still awake, sitting by the window, staring into the darkness outside. When he asked her what she was doing, she only replied, listening to the night. At dawn, her pillow was untouched, her blanket neatly folded. It was as if Eleanor had not slept at all. The first person to notice Eleanor's absence was her mother. Martha called for her daughter to fetch water from the well. But there was no answer. When she searched the small house, Eleanor's bed was still made. Her shoes were missing. Her shawl was gone. At first, Martha assumed she had already gone to the well. But when minutes turned into an hour, concern spread. Neighbors soon joined the search. They combed the dirt road leading into town, the cornfields that stretched behind the house, the wooded trails along the riverbank. And then, whispers began. One farmer insisted he saw Eleanor walking quickly toward the crossroads before sunrise, clutching something in her hand. Another swore he noticed a tall man, wearing a wide-brimmed hat, standing at the far edge of the field around the same time. But no one could say for certain what happened between Eleanor leaving the house and vanishing into thin air. No body was found. No clothing was discovered. No footprints led to the river. She had simply disappeared. Theories quickly multiplied. Some said she was kidnapped, taken by someone she trusted, lured away in silence. Others believed she had run away with a secret lover, escaping a life she felt was suffocating. And a darker whisper suggested something even more chilling, that Eleanor had uncovered a secret she was never meant to know, and was silenced before she could reveal it. The most haunting part? Every possibility tells us more about the world Eleanor lived in than about Eleanor herself. A world where a young woman's disappearance could so easily be explained away by fear, by rumor, by silence.